with another video for you. And in this video is going to be a little video that I like to call movie review for you. Now this is a little late, which is okay, because I'm pretty sure now everybody has seen this movie. So I'm going to discuss it, and if you haven't seen it, just remember, as always, your boy Horror Gamer does spoilers all day, every day. So if you don't want this movie to be spoiled for you, pause it, go check the movie out, come back, let me know what you think. And I bet you guys are like, Horror Gamer, what movie? What movie are you going to use as your big comeback video? Well, the movie I decided to use is, boom, Pet Semetary 2019. So, with all that being said, with all the disclaimers out of the way, with all the warnings of a spoiler alert, let's just get right into it. So where do I begin with Pet Semetary 2019? Well, we all know how it starts. You know, doctor moves his family to a town in Boston that's next to a highway that has a problem with trucks and animals getting hit. You know, I'm not going to sit here and just read the whole story to you, but what I will do is I will sit here and I will tell you I was highly let down by this movie. Not because it was a bad movie. I know you guys are like, well, Horror Gamer, what do you mean? You were let down, but it's not a bad movie. I was let down because they tried to take what was a 2-hour movie and condense it to an hour and like 40 minutes. And it didn't work. Okay, because I felt like they rushed through the story. They didn't give proper character development. They introduced the characters, but they didn't give us time to like the characters or care about the characters. For example, John Lithgow is Judge Crandall. Amazing actor. John Lithgow is an amazing actor. He's really good in just about everything he does. He was good in this movie. He was a great Judge Crandall. But did I care about him? No. They didn't give me enough time to care about him. So, when the scene came where Judge Crandall basically meets his demise, whatever, okay? Not like in the first one, where Mr. Herman Monster himself, you get to like him, you get to feel for the character, you get to feel his pain. When he dies, you feel bad. When John Lithgow's character dies, you really don't feel too bad, which is a shame. And Victor Pascal, in the first one, they made him a key part of the story. In this one, he was in it maybe 5 minutes total. Oh, I got a burp. Which means we really didn't care about Victor Pascal so much. He dies by being hit by a truck, a very gruesome death, a lot of gore, a lot of blood. Awesome. But they didn't develop him like they did in the first one. Why? I don't know. Now, let's get to Mr. Creed. The guy was okay. The guy who played him did a decent job playing him. Now, when the daughter dies, do you care? Not really. I mean, it's terrible to say, but when his daughter gets crushed by the truck, ultimately, in the first one, I'm not giving anything away because they showed it in the preview. In the first one, we all know Gage is the one who gets the honor. Well, in this one, I think the director said something along the lines of the child actor's a little older, so they could do a little more with her than they were able to do with the kid. Whatever. I mean, they used the baby in the first one, and it was phenomenal. But whatever. Well, when she gets hit by the truck, he does nothing. He just stands there like, duh. In the first one, when Gage gets hit by the truck, My man falls to his knees and he screams this horrible, just heart-wrenching scream. You feel bad for him. You almost feel what it feels like to lose a child. And this one, he does nothing. He doesn't make a noise. He doesn't do nothing. So I felt like that in itself kind of took away from the scene and the sequence. And you didn't care. I mean, yeah, it was sad that she died, but you didn't feel the heartbreak or the heart-wrenching that you did in the first one when Gage died and he just dropped to his knees and he died, and he's screaming his head off. Another scene too, which they took out of the 2019 remake, was a scene where, he fights his father-in-law at the funeral and the casket falls and it opens, Call me morbid, but that scene was a very powerful scene because, this man's broken. This man is basically getting ready to bury his child. And his father-in-law has the fucking audacity to start a fight with him at the fucking funeral. Like, what? And in this one, nothing. Okay? Nothing at all. The cemetery wasn't as creepy as in the first one. They talk more about Wendigos in this one. Really didn't mention Wendigos a lot in the first one. What else? It just, for me, the director dropped the ball on this one. And it's kind of a shame because I was very much looking forward to this. Now the scenes with Zelda were pretty cool. They were pretty freaky. They went a little more into detail with the Zelda scenes. And the part where she hears Zelda scraping on the ceiling and then she opens up the medicine cabinet and looks up and Zelda that made me jump. I wasn't expecting that. But other than that, that was the only part in the movie that really made me jump. The scene where the daughter, he's sitting there bathing his daughter and he's combing her hair and it's falling out. And you see the stitches on the back of her head or the staples. That was creepy. Her face was creepy when she was dead. But like I said, all in all, you just didn't care about the characters. It felt like they just tried to fumble through the movie. And then the end. It ended probably the best way it could have. So, you got the big final battle sequence between the daughter and the father. They're fighting. She already has killed the mom, and she's dragging the mom to Pet Semetary to bury her or whatever. She gets her there, buries her, and the daughter and they're fighting, and dad's getting ready to fucking, you know what I mean? And here comes the mom to save the day of the daughter, stabs the dad in the back, done. He dies. So they bury him in Pet Semetary. And then at the end, Gage is the only one who, they put Gage in the car and locked the car door. So Gage is sitting in the car, and then here comes the undead Creeds to get Gage. The end. I think the only character who really stole the show in this movie, believe it or not, was the fucking cat. The cat was creepy. The cat did its job. The cat was really good. I mean, phenomenal. A fucking animal stole the show in this one. And it's a shame because it had potential. The story was there, and you fucked it up. Like I said, it wasn't a bad movie, but it wasn't a great movie. It, for me, dropped the ball on so many levels. But that's the problem nowadays when you do remakes. And you pick the wrong movie to remake. You did not need to remake Pet Semetary. Pet Semetary in itself was a phenomenal fucking movie that did not need a remake. You didn't need to remake it. Okay? Not like It. It was a phenomenal movie too, but the remake worked. The remake was good. This remake sucked. But what can you do? I mean, it's done, it's over. I give Pet Semetary 2019 4.5 out of 10. It wasn't a terrible movie. I mean, you owe it to yourself to watch it once. I maybe wouldn't spend the money to see it in theaters. Luckily, I have Movie Pass, so I get to see a lot of movies, and sometimes you take a chance. That was one I took a chance on. And it was meh. If you get a chance to watch it, watch it. You owe it to yourself to at least watch it once, but then after that, I doubt you'll watch it again. It was just don't go in there with high expectations like I did, because you're going to leave very, very, very dissatisfied and upset. So that is basically my thoughts on the 2019 remake of Pet Semetary. Feels good to be back. I love being here. I love doing this for y'all. I'm excited to get the channel up and running again. I hope you're all excited for the new content coming out. My next movie review is gonna be The Curse of La Llorona, which was, I ain't gonna say nothing. That's the next movie review for you. I'm gonna get that up here in a couple days. I love you guys. A lot of big things are coming. The channel's back. The channel's alive. It was like a sleeping monster taking a break. Now the monster's awake, and it's coming. So, with all that being said, Horror Horde, thank you so much for sticking with me. More videos are coming. A lot more content coming. Just wait and see. And until next time, this has been your boy Horror Gamer saying, as always, don't fear the darkness. Embrace it.